Gravers, my wife and I just got out of seeing Bone Lake. Here are my initial thoughts. Welcome to Grave Discussions, your one-stop shop for all things horror. I'm your host, Barnabas. Make sure to follow us for more horror news, reviews, and everything in between. My wife and I actually won free tickets to see the new horror thriller Bone Lake, thanks to a giveaway put on by Letterboxd and Bleecker Street. So shout out to both of those companies for even giving us the opportunity. I am honestly still shocked that I actually won. Bone Lake concerns two couples that seem to inadvertently book the same vacation rental on the same weekend, and they have to pretty much figure out how to get along with each other, all the while managing some tension in their own relationships. These are two young, attractive couples. There are mysteries that abound, there's mistrust, secrets, and so much more. This movie reminded me a lot of this movie that we saw pretty recently called The Comfort of Strangers. But then I also got some little inklings of like Speak No Evil to this. This movie really concerns deception, manipulation, relationships, and how we sort of approach those things with seemingly complete strangers. From the trailers and the marketing and everything, it seemed like this movie was intending to push some boundaries, especially with the sexually kind of explicit content. I think it kind of does that compared to a lot of movies that come out nowadays. There really isn't much of that anymore. I mean, we used to see it a lot in the 80s, of course, and the 70s, where filmmakers were taking a lot more risks, you know, showing nudity and sexually explicit content and graphic content of that nature. This movie, I think, pushes that a little bit in the modern sense of just filmmaking in general. That's just sort of been absent from cinema, unless you're really diving into the kind of independent stuff. Yes, there was some sexually explicit stuff. I don't really think it pushed any taboos necessarily, but it did take some risks, and I appreciate it for that. I don't know if I would say this is a great date movie. Definitely don't see it with your parents or your kids. It's kind of a horny movie, but I think it does capitalize on its themes pretty well. There are a couple twists that I feel like are a little bit underwhelming in the film, but overall I had a good time with it. I think you had a pretty good time with it. It's a nice little isolated psychosexual thriller, and we don't get too much of those anymore, so I would probably give it a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. If you've seen Bone Lake, let me know your thoughts about it in the comments. Until next time, we'll see you again on Grave Discussions.